Welcome back, everyone. On today's episode, we're going to start working on a 1990 Mack CH612.
Didn't do anything.
My dad bought this truck a little while ago with the intention of getting it inspected and back on the road so we could start using it for some projects around the house. Unfortunately, when we took it to get inspected, we were informed that there were quite a few other things wrong with the truck that would prevent it from passing inspection. Instead of paying to have the inspection place do all the work, we decided that we were going to bring it home and do a lot of the work ourselves. The first thing we had to do was just to even get it to fit in the garage. The main problem with this was that the truck is only 6 inches smaller than the door opening to get it into the garage. That means we only had about 3 inches on each side between the exhaust on the passenger side and the handle on the body on the driver's side. Getting it in here was very tight. The garage wasn't built with the idea in mind that it would have a full-size dump truck in there, so even though it fits the backhoe in there just fine, the dump truck was a tight squeeze. With the truck now in the garage, it's time to take off the old broken plastic bumper. My dad doesn't like the look of it, and it has seen some way better days. Unfortunately, all the fasteners were severely rusted, and we did have to take the Sawzall to it to even be able to get some of the fasteners off. With the wings of the bumper successfully cut off, we were able to use a combination of vice grips and pipe wrenches to hold the nuts on the other side of the bumper from spinning.
Yeah. Oh, I slammed a finger down here. It was all broken. You're trying to take it carefully. How about that one up, Watch yourself. No. Sorry, you're okay. I'm sorry, no. All right. Hey, we're cool outside the thing office. Yeah, it was all spinning. I don't care. It was getting fine. Round up, I don't really get up. It was okay. That one's gonna start better. Ready? Yeah, it is. Okay. Just rules. You want to break this one? That's fine. Just break this. Pushing up. Yep. Yep. Go. Put it up.
With the bumper removed and successfully disposed of into the trash can, it was time to do all the work to take the hood off of the truck. The first thing that we needed to do was to disconnect the wiring harness that went to the headlights of the hood.
Take it off. Put it back on. Leave the harness loose. What do you think? That's fine. Oh, why did I replace the tire? I'm sorry. I had to replace the tire. Right when you were done. Just right to this. So there. No, right. Usually we replace that.
No, I shouldn't need them.
Alright, on the list then, alright?
Yep. Wait. All right, this one side's out.
I can't get out. You're crushing me with the hood.
It was time to pull the grill out of the hood. This is one thing that we are definitely going to save. We're on the fence if we're going to replace the hood now or if it will be replaced later. It has several structural cracks that can no longer be repaired, so the entire hood will need to be replaced, but it may not be a high priority item for us to get the truck back on the road. With the hood off, we decided to next tackle getting the wheels and tires off to make it a lot easier to actually get and work around the engine of the truck, since there is a lot of work that needed to be done there.
Let me try the other breaker bar.
Yeah, they didn't take the wheels.
No, they didn't.
They just pulled the bearings.
Yeah.
Rolled the whole thing away. I know. Did you break this?
No.
I gotta lower it.
More?
No, that'll be okay.
There you go. Both of us need to get on there?
Huh?
You both of us need to get on there?
I'd rather not bounce it. Yeah, come on. Lean there if you can to go around. Ready?
Yep. Break the next one, or you want to get that
I
looser?
think we ought to break the next one.
Unlike the driver's side, we were able to break all of the lug nuts on the passenger side without too much issue, although it did take both of us on a pipe on the end of the ratchet to get all of the lug nuts broken loose.
Stay above that lower step. Okay, come on, come on.
Once they were all broken loose, it wasn't too much trouble for us to use the impact gun to remove the rest of the lug nuts, leaving 2 on while we still did not have the truck up in the air.
It's good. Just dump them.
Well,
Leave
it's not lifted up.
I know, leave 2 on.
Okay. Top and bottom?
Yeah, that's fine. Since you started at 3 o'clock, yeah. They look like pretty thin nuts, don't they?
They are pretty thin.
You should have gone a quarter, but. Oh, you know what?
Because we never see stuff like that, you know? Yeah.
The passenger side lug nuts taken care of, we moved back over to the driver's side, but unfortunately we ran into a bit of an issue.
Too high. I don't want to pull like that on my wounded.
Spare tire. Holy crap. There you go. That moved a bit.
All right. Are you all right?
Yeah. It got my hand. Shock went through my hand.
I bet, but it didn't cut you, did it?
No.
The 3/4 drive ratchet that we were using decided it had had enough of our shenanigans, and it successfully snapped completely in half with all the torque that we were putting to it. Luckily we had a T-handle 3/4 inch drive as well, but after putting a little force into that and a bit of a longer pipe, we were also rewarded with yet another broken tool. After a few weeks went by, we finally had all the correct tools we needed to utilize a torque multiplier to try to get the driver's side lug nuts off.
After breaking those other two.
Along with using the torque multiplier, we also got a new, beefier 3/4 inch ratchet. The torque multiplier is a 4-to-1, so we were putting roughly about 2,400 foot-pounds of torque into these lug nuts trying to break them loose.
Loosen up just a hair. Okay.
Saw it move, yeah.
Going the right direction?
Yep.
After not much success using the torque multiplier on these lug nuts, we decided it was time to break out the torches and try to break them free with fire. We decided to just start with one lug nut.
In here? Is that just needed in one spot? No. Wait, I think it's like one flat. Anything? I don't think I'm not trying to look at it much. You ready?
I'll turn this off and I'll set it down, right?
Yep.
And then I'll give you a hand.
That's not enough.
Didn't do anything?
No.
What'd you do?
Pinch my finger.
We did not heat it quite enough, and we had to go back and try to heat it up some more to try to break it loose.
Huh?
Yeah, we can try.
You? Yeah, well, let's make that sound. What you do, son? Okay, wait. You're right. I was trying to reset it. I didn't even get loose. I thought you said okay. No.
Alright, so what are we doing? Heating and then,
Do we just cut them
I don't know, cut them how? With the torch?
with the torch and just kind of go here and...
If you do that, then we have to do the studs. Then we have to replace all the studs. Now, I don't know if that's what we ought to be doing anyway. You know,
Oh yeah, it comes off easy that way.
I'm sorry.
Alright, so let's take this off. And I bet they come off with the impact without issue now.
Unfortunately, what I did not capture on camera was, after we had been heating and working on this one stud, I bent down to look to see what kind of damage we had done to it because it was starting to become twisted and mashed from all of the torque that we were putting into it. And I happened to notice that cast into the lug nut was the word left. I then asked my dad if these were in fact not right-hand thread studs, but left-hand thread studs. We went over and checked the passenger side, and there was in fact right stamped into those lug nuts. With this revelation, we now knew that the left side of this truck has left-handed threaded studs, which we were not aware of until this point. So all this time that we had been putting effort and energy into these lug nuts, we were in fact making them tighter to the tune of a torque of about 2,400 foot-pounds, which explains why we were not making any progress at all. Unfortunately, our escapades with the torque multiplier did in fact destroy 3 studs, so we will have to replace those in the future. Once we got the driver's steer wheel off, we then worked on taking the outer rear wheels and tires off, which still ended up fighting us the entire time. They were painted over, hadn't been off in a very long time, and we ultimately needed to use the torque multiplier to break them all loose because our impact just did not have enough power to be able to break them loose. If you liked the video, please consider liking and subscribing, and thanks for watching.